What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I am MARCELO GARCIA, black belt, 5-time world champion. Guys, in today's lessons, I'm gonna be focused on three side control escape, which I believe is one of the most powerful side control escape that I learned from my professor Marcelo, and it's so effective. So I really want you guys to focus on, but each one requires each time, okay? But I'm gonna put in order so you guys understand, and then you can just time in your own time whatever the person is giving to you, okay? And actually I'm gonna show 4. The number 4 is more a concept when you go for side control. The person circle to the north-south, and I'm gonna show a scenarios of north-south position escape as well, okay? So if you having a hard time with the side control, make sure you watch until the end and stay with the details. Very, very powerful. Let's start from here. That's on my side control. And once again, the best way to get out from a position is prevent. So prevent the person lock their hands, right? So for example, let's go on the front of the guard actually, so you understand where I'm coming from. Last Matt like do a knee cut pass. Sometimes people try to lock frame on the hip and let go the arm. So my priority here is the arm that comes to my head. It's not even down the hook, okay? So when his arm gets under my head right here, he pins my face down, and now it's gonna be hard to go anywhere. So I can hip escape, and that's gonna be hard. So keep in mind, especially beginners, right? But I see a lot of high belts doing this. So we have to pay attention what comes first, what gets to my shoulder first. Is Matt's shoulder or Matt's hip? Most of the time when someone's trying to get out of the side control, they get your knees on the mat. Yeah, they try to push the hip and they try to push the leg, but this shoulder what suffocates me. So which means this is my priority. Whatever arm, whatever comes close to my shoulder, that's what I need to focus on. Okay, in this case, let's focus on the arm that comes to my head. So let's go back, Matt. So let's go back, go for an easy side control, cut pass. I want to use C grip right on the arm, just like this. I'm not pushing up like in a straight ahead of me because I'm playing the gravity. I want his hand, his elbow on his wrist, on his ribs. Now from here, what I want to do, keep in mind one thing that I want to remind you guys. Strength leverage is completely different than body leverage. In this case, it's all about body leverage, okay? So I lock it in. So if I try to push, it's gonna use strength leverage. So how I use body leverage? Rocking. Rock, so how my shoulder comes up. Once my shoulder comes up, bottom elbow comes out. Now I keep holding this elbow right there. So now what I need to do, I need to use my feet to scoot back. Now immediately place my feet on Matt's hip. Now I retain guard, and then from here you can go to a guard, you can attack like arm drag, anything. But our focus is on escape, okay? So one more time quick, the same one. Hip pass, block. Okay, don't try muscle. Try use body leverage. 1, 2. Block, make to your elbow. If you can, make to your hands. It's even better. Now from here, once a hip escape, he builds guard, he builds base. Which from here, you can go to arm drag, like I say, just to spice it up my escape. Okay, so let's move on to the number 2. Once I'm here, now I cannot come up. I cannot come up because Matt is holding my sleeve, which this is what's gonna happen. I'm holding right here. If I do body leverage, I cannot build up base with my elbow because Matt is holding. Okay, what I need to do here, keep this hand as it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna try walk up a little bit, just until Matt gets in the line of my hip. Now, instead of gonna go into him, I'm gonna use this arm and roll him that way. So I'm gonna roll my elbow that way. Boom. Look, Matt didn't move at all. Now from here, 2 things that can happen. Turn around a little bit. 2 things that can happen here. Matt has a body lock, like half body lock. The other arm, I'm gonna take care of it. If he stays there sideways, look at my leg. Swing, and then get to the top. I don't believe he's gonna give it that easy. What's gonna happen is once I start scooping back, he rebase. So which I'm scooping back to the exact same thing. Okay? So let's go on this side actually. Let's switch side. So he gets on this side, I block. Okay? Now I'm trying to come up, he holds my bottom arm. I cannot come up because he's holding. It's okay. Now walk your feet as much as I can. Now swing your shoulder. If your shoulder is free, you're good to go. So swing that way. Once again, if he stays there, swing your leg, boom, wipe it out, and he's finished. And then from here, scoot back. He build up, and then collar drag, boom, right away. Once I'm escaped from a bad position, guys, I'm gonna re-attack right away, okay? So now let's move on to the detail number 3, which is like one combined with the other, okay? But not necessarily have to go 1, 2, and 3. I'm just putting order and then see which situation, because one depends on the other, okay? So let's go for number 3, where I'm here, okay? So now pay attention. Matt really wanted to bring his hands to my collar, to my head. He's gonna start explore, because every time I bring his elbow down, he wants to explore up to try reach right here. Okay? So stiff arm the whole time. When he disconnect his elbows from his ribs, now I want to switch to the triceps. Now keep my arm stiff. Now I'm gonna rotate everything to the other side. Now bar leverage. Rock, rock, here. Now from a C grip, I transfer from here, I transfer the gi. Now from here, 2 things that can happen. Matt might hold me with my legs around. So Matt, yes, one arm on each side of my legs. Hug, yes. Why he hugs my leg right here? Because he don't want me to move. If that case happen because he really wants to stay on top, let go the elbow because he's holding. Hold right here. Okay? Now just do a hip throw. Where from here, I just want to throw, and Matt's gonna remain holding because he really wants to push me. So I want to just hold the far shoulder and do a hip throw, just like this. And then from here, cross face, and then get the top position. Okay? And then from here, you can work on a choke and a submission right there. It's very, very powerful, and it's so effective because the person really wants to pull you down. You just take his advantage. So let's do one more time. Give me the same side. So he goes here. Boom. I block. Just wait. Yes. I block right here, but he really wants to reach. You're gonna start open up. I close down. Fake it a little bit, and now when he open up, quick transition. Keep arm stiff and push all the way that side. Look, he remain right there. If he stays right here, you can go that way, or you can just scoot back and then disconnect. What another way that can happen here also, Matt can switch his base. Switch a base, yes, and lift his leg up. Because he really wants to lift me, like for example, he wants to put my back on the mat and lift it. That's what he wants. Happens a lot. So when he switches base and try to pull, lift, yes. I'm not set. Do a setup right here where to hold the same thing. I'm gonna try to roll that way, but he's lifting me. Go with the momentum. Roll over. Looks so silly, but it's so good, so effective because the person doesn't expect, he not expect that, right? So we can go for the hip throw. If the person really wants to put your back on the mat, you just revert over. Okay? Doesn't count as a sweep because the person already on side control. Okay? And he holds my leg and pushing that way. So now let's move on to the detail number 4, which is very important. So for example, Matt gonna go, he passes one of the most, I won't say mistake, because once you're a beginner and you don't know much, I wouldn't count as a mistake. So Matt gonna go for a north-south position, he gonna pass, and then maybe one of those escapes didn't work, fell apart, and he runs north-south position, place your elbow right here. For example, happens a lot. So Matt, let's go on a pass. So from here, boom, I stop right here. Maybe in this transition right here, go that way, Matt shot me down in the north-south position. And then from here, I'm gonna try here, and then he got on this position, okay? So this is what I wanted to do. I want to introduce you guys, use most bar leverage. So most here, I show you this side. So my elbow in, hold the ribs. each hand on each side. Boom, he's tight. So now if I try to muscle through, it's not gonna work. So try walk as much as I can away from his body. That's good. So now start using leverage. 1, and now your head gonna come out. 2, whenever you see his legs, it's time to change. Keep this grip right here, block the leg. Now the other side, block, come up on the hands. Now I have a base up. See how my elbow, knee. If I hold right here, he can still drive into me and collapse. Once I block the leg, if he try to run into me, there's no much to do it. And then from here, I hip escape and then bring my guard back. Okay? So let's see on this side, man. So I want you guys to see my body. So from here, all I want to do is 1 and then 2, move. 1, 2. Now once I swing, block the knee, okay, from the ribs. Block the knee, build up your elbow. And then from here, scoot back, get your guard back, okay? So keep in mind, come in mind for a second. My head gonna be in one side. My head never gonna be between here, okay? So first thing, try to get your place your grips, walk a little bit to the side. Now body leverage. From this side, I'm gonna switch side, look. There, if I see his legs, stay there, man. Block, block. He can stay as tight as he wants. I can come up on my knees, sit guard, okay? So those are the most important things to work on. It's focus on the arm that comes around your head, okay? So these, I would say for side control escape, the last one is the north-south one, which every time you escape from side control, the person goes to north-south. Just keep in mind, drill those and understand how to use body leverage. It's amazing. I learned from my professor, MARCELO GARCIA. It works until now, and I want to introduce to you guys. This escape is so fundamentals because you just focus where the leverage coming from. So if the person hugs the head, you block. Keep the arm down, use body leverage, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, just please leave a comment on the video, please share and subscribe. Thank you so much. And also guys, if you want to check out my instructionals at BG Fanatics, I'm gonna put a couple below on this video. So thank you so much.